Welcome to Cory's Stories. Are you ready to meditate with Cory?
Hi friend, don't forget to subscribe, say that you like the video, and also press the bell so that you get notifications every time I make a new video. If you love Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya, or Tucker and Leo stories, you can now get exclusive stories on my Patreon account. Go to the links below the video and you can join Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya Club or the Tucker and Leo Club and get exclusive stories with your names in them. I love you all so much. Enjoy the story. Bye, friend. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Make sure that you hop into your bed and you're all snuggly and comfortable. Turn the lights down low so that you can start to relax your body and let go of your busy day. Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya were very excited about hanging out with their little friend Diana. Diana was about to turn 5 and they were super excited because they'd found something in their grandpa's garden. It was a really old radio. A radio that they got no idea how it worked or anything until they took it inside and they showed their mum. Cherry said, "OMG, Mum, what on earth is this? We've been trying to figure it out, right? We found it in Grandad's, what you call it? What's it called now? What's it called?" Heidi said, "His greenhouse." "Yeah, that place at bottom at garden where Grandad grows his tomatoes. Yeah, we found it in there. What is it? It looks so cool and ancient. It looks so old. It looks really old and decrepit. It looks a bit like Grandad." But no, not really. But anyway, yeah, Mum, what is it? Cherry passed the radio to Mum, and Mum started laughing. She said, "It's a radio. It's a really old radio. Super cool though. Watch this." There was a handle on the side of the radio that she started to spin around as if she was cranking up some kind of machine. It made a cranky kind of noise when she span it around and around and around, as if she was winding it up. She was actually winding it up, because when she finished and the winder wouldn't wind anymore, music started to blare out of the radio. Heidi said, "Oh, that's great." Vaya started to dance to the song that was on the radio. "This is so cool." Cherry asked Mum if it was okay if they played with the radio. Mum said it was totally fine and that Grandpa wouldn't mind at all. So this happened a couple of days ago. Now they were at Diana's house, showing her the radio. Diana had got no clue what the radio was either. But Cherry knew exactly what to do with the radio. She'd had lots of practice with it. She cranked it up and started to change the channels onto all these different channels. And on each channel was a different song. On some of the channels, there were people talking. Diana thought it was awesome. "That's so cool," she said. "Can I have a play?" Cherry passed it to Diana, and Diana started to turn the dial. She'd been watching what Cherry had been doing. You turn the dial, and then it tunes into each different radio station. And on each different radio station, there's different songs and different things happening that you can listen to. She turned the dial, and a song came on. A song that was super cool and groovy, and they all started dancing and laughing and messing around in Diana's bedroom. Then she turned the dial onto what sounded like some old guy with a really nice, smooth, chocolatey voice talking about the time when dinosaurs was alive. Diana instantly stopped because she liked dinosaurs. She started to listen to the man's story. The man was saying, "Yes, well, a very, very long time ago, millions of years ago, lifetimes and lifetimes ago, dinosaurs lived on the planet." Cherry said, "You know what? You know what'd be so cool, right? Is if we take this radio, right, that we've got. Let's take it outside and let's go garden, and maybe we can listen to the story about dinosaurs while we actually garden, and we can dig in the garden, and maybe, just maybe, we'll find dinosaur bones, Diana. Don't you think that would be so cool?" Diana nodded. She said, "Come on, everyone, let's go downstairs and ask Mum if we can go dig in the back garden, and she'll let us know where we can dig, where we won't get into trouble. And that would be so cool, and maybe we'll find a dinosaur." Cherry was very excited. Heidi and Vaya came along. They all ran outside, each with a little pitchfork and a little spade, so that they could dig. Diana's mum showed them exactly where she didn't mind them digging. And in the meantime, the guy on the radio was talking about different kinds of dinosaurs. Diana put the radio down on the grass and started to dig as they listened to the dinosaur story. It was a very sunny, warm, nice day outside. Mum had made everyone lemonade. They were drinking and digging and listening to the story, when all of a sudden, lightning struck in the sky, and then there was a slight thunder from miles and miles away. Not one of those scary ones that happens right over your head and it's loud and scary. This one was like a crackle and a thunder sound from miles and miles away. Heidi said, "Ooh, that sounded like thunder. I wonder if it's going to rain." In the meantime, Cherry had been digging so much that her hole was big enough for everyone to get inside. And that's exactly what everyone did. They all jumped inside of the hole. Cherry said, "OMG, it'd be so cool, right? It'd be so cool." And then all of a sudden, they all started to fall, as if they'd fell into a hole like Alice in Wonderland. And they were falling through the sky, falling and falling and falling, until they all bumped on the ground at the bottom of Cherry's hole. Cherry dropped her spade when they landed and said, "OMG, I didn't dig that much." Diana tapped on Heidi's back and said, "Heidi, where are we?" Heidi, Cherry, Vaya, Diana all looked around. It looked like they were outside in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of land, with lots of trees and hills and mountains all around. It definitely didn't feel like their back garden. And then Diana spotted a dinosaur, and then another dinosaur, and then another dinosaur. Tall, very, very tall dinosaurs all around them. They were eating the leaves in the trees. Luckily, very, very luckily, because Diana liked dinosaurs, she knew her dinosaurs. And she knew that all of these dinosaurs were very nice dinosaurs. They were all apatosauruses. Apatosauruses were one of the nicest dinosaurs. Thank goodness. Cherry started shaking in her boots. OMG, I think I'm going to pee my pants. Oh no, I'm sorry everyone. I just tooted slightly. I was so shocked. They're gonna kill us. They're gonna eat us alive. They're gonna chew us, and then they're gonna chew us, and then they're gonna realise that we're not trees, and then they're gonna get really angry, and then they might stomp on us. Oh no! OMG, we're gonna get stomped on, Diana. Someone protect Diana, please. Vaya went running over to Diana and stood in front of Diana. Diana said, "No, it's okay. It's okay. They're apatosauruses. Apatosauruses are nice dinosaurs. They won't hurt us." Cherry said, OMG! Oh, thank goodness for that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I just tooted again. I knew I shouldn't have had those baked beans this morning for my breakfast. So sorry, everyone. Heidi started laughing at the fact that Cherry was uncontrollably tooting because she was so nervous. Diana said, "Oh, it's okay. I think I would probably toot if I was nervous." This made Cherry feel better. "How do you know what they are?" said Cherry. Diana said, "Oh, I just do. Apatosauruses are so nice. And they're really friendly. And I've seen a movie with apatosauruses in called, I think it was called like A Good Dinosaur or something like that. So I know that they're good dinosaurs." When everyone relaxed, they just kind of stood there staring at the cutest, very, very big, obviously very, very big dinosaurs. But still, they were so cute looking. They were green. And they had smiley faces, and they were very friendly looking. The more you focused on them, you could actually tell that they were very nice dinosaurs. But still, it was a bit of a shock at first, especially for Cherry. Vaya said, "I wonder if they eat anything other than trees." Heidi said, "Well, I'm just grateful that they don't eat cats. And Diana's." Cherry said, OMG, yeah, me too. But they are so amazing, aren't they? They're so amazing. And then just as quickly as they landed in the dinosaur world, they fell back into the hole and started falling again. Falling and falling and falling until they found themselves back in Diana's back garden. The man on the radio that was talking with the chocolatey smooth voice had stopped talking, and now it was just quiet. Diana went over to the radio and switched the dial. She turned the dial and stopped it. It sounded like a young girl's voice. She was telling stories about princesses. Vaya started to clap her paws together. Oh, that sounds nice. Can we listen to that? Diana put the radio back down on the grass, and they all sat down on the grass listening to the girl talking about princesses. She was talking about a young princess called Lena. Diana said, Oh, I know a Dr. Lena. Cherry said, Shh, Diana, be quiet, we're trying to listen. Diana started giggling and carried on listening to the story. Princess Lena had found herself in a castle, and at the very, very top of the castle was a very special magical room. Princess Lena was about to walk inside of the magical room. Everyone got super quiet listening to the story, especially Diana, and Vaya, who both loved princesses. Princess Lena opened the door. The light was so bright inside of the room. When she walked inside, the room was white everywhere, with windows from the ceiling all the way down to the floor. And there was so much light shining in the room, everything sparkled. The tables were white, the furniture was white, the bed was white. There was one giant wardrobe that went along the whole side of the room. Princess Lena got very excited. She loved to wear clothes, all different kinds of princess clothes. The prettier, the better. She walked over to the white, glittery, shimmery wardrobe door and opened it very slowly. Inside, the colours were blinding. She saw her favourite colours in there, blues, all different kinds of blue dresses, and there were purples, there were pinks, there were oranges, there were even dresses that were rainbow coloured. And there was a whole section of white princess dresses. Off-white, pure white, snow white, crystal white, all in different styles and fashions. It was a princess's dream. Vaya was practically drooling listening to the story. Vaya said, "Oh my goodness, this is such a good story. Diana, what dress would you wear?" Diana thought about it for a second and said, "I would wear the blue one." Vaya said, "I was just going to say that." Diana, for some reason, got a little bit upset. She said, "Well, I was going to wear a blue dress." Vaya said, "It's okay, Diana. We can both wear blue." Diana, for a second, thought about it. She decided she was the only one that wanted to wear blue. That way she would match the sky. She told Vaya that she wanted to wear blue. Diana got upset. She was a bit frustrated. She didn't know why. She wasn't angry. She still liked Vaya, but she wanted to wear blue and she wanted to be the only one that wore blue. Vaya went a little bit quiet. Vaya said, "It's okay to get upset sometimes, Diana, but maybe we could practice using the dial on the radio so that you could dial your emotions down a little bit. Watch, I'll show you." Vaya grabbed a hold of the radio. She said, "This is me being really upset." "I am upset," said Vaya. "I don't feel good inside. I'm frustrated," she said, and she started to bang her paws on the grass. Diana smiled and laughed at her. And then Vaya said, "Oh, I think I need to take a break. I need to calm myself down a little bit. I'll use my magical radio dial." She started to pretend that she had a radio dial right there in the middle of her chest, as if it was connected to her tummy. She was turning her paw round on an invisible dial, as if her dial could control her mood and her emotion. Diana started to pretend that she had a dial on her tummy, like a special button. And then she said, "Oh, I can use my belly button. I can pretend that's a dial." Vaya said, "Oh, that's a really good idea, Diana. Okay, so I'm going to turn my radio station onto one where I'm nice and calm, and I'm okay about other people wearing blue." "Wait a minute, let me change my dial," she said. Diana watched as Vaya turned her pretend dial on her belly button. Diana did the same. Vaya landed on a radio station and she said, "Ah, this is the nice, calm radio station. Ah." She kept taking big, deep breaths. Diana copied her. Vaya said, "Make a big, nice sigh when you breathe out. It feels really good, Diana." Diana took a big, deep breath in, and then she sighed when she breathed out. Vaya said, "Doesn't that feel better? Being able to dial down your emotion a little bit? To change the channel so you're not so upset or irritated about something?" Diana said, "Yeah, it does feel good. Sometimes I get really bothered if I don't get my own way." Cherry said, "OMG, talk to the hat, girl, talk to the hat. I am like that so much sometimes. I can't help myself. I just get really upset sometimes, you know. Sometimes I'm like, why don't people just understand? Or like I'll be doing something and it isn't going right. And I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna get so mad." Vaya said, "Yeah, well, maybe you could change your radio station, Cherry." Cherry grabbed a hold of her pretend dial that she had on her belly button and turned it and said, "Oh, OMG, I'm so calm," and then started laughing. "I like this radio station. This radio station reminds me of like a place where you would go and you'd sit down and you'd meditate and you'd be like, oh, just relax. Oh, just relax." Everyone had a good giggle, and then they carried on listening to The Princess. Heidi said, "Close your eyes, and I bet you any money you can imagine that you're there in that room that she's talking about." Everyone closed their eyes. The girl's young voice on the radio station carried on talking. "Princess Lena decided on a violet dress. Violet was her favorite color, and it reminded her of a certain time of day where sometimes if you look at the sky, it's violet." Cherry said, "OMG, I've never looked at the sky and it were violet. Maybe we need to lay down and look at the sky a bit more often. You know what I mean? If we look at the sky a bit more often, then we'll know what Princess Lena's talking about." Diana said, "The next time I see Dr. Lena, I'll ask her if she likes violet." Heidi said, "Good idea." After a few more minutes, the princess story ended. They decided to go back to digging. In the meantime, Diana changed the radio station once again. The sound of the waves came through loud and clear. It was like wave ocean music. There were birds singing, and there was also like a piano playing on the music too. But mostly the sound of the ocean crashing on the shore, as if they were listening to some kind of meditation music or something. Diana really liked it, so she stopped the radio on that station, and they all carried on digging. Once again there was a loud crack and thunder, but again it sounded as if it was coming from miles and miles away, so it wasn't too scary. Heidi, Cherry and Vaya quickly found themselves swimming through the ocean, along with Diana. When Cherry looked over, she saw that Diana was the most beautifulest mermaid she had ever seen. Cherry said, "OMG, Diana, you're a mermaid! Oh, and your tail and your hair is all rainbow coloured. You look so pretty. Diana turned around and looked back at her rainbow tail swishing through the ocean. Cherry was right. She looked beautiful. Cherry was a bright orange mermaid. Vaya was a white mermaid that was all glittery and silvery. And Heidi was a red mermaid. They were swishing and swimming through the ocean as if they'd done it their whole lives, as if they'd always been mermaids. Up ahead, a dark shadow was in the ocean. Diana instantly stopped swimming and backed up. She felt nervous and scared. The thing with Diana is, even though she's only almost 5, she's very intuitive and very sensitive, and she feels everything. Diana felt the presence of something scary up ahead. And when Diana stopped, everyone stopped. Heidi said, "What is it, Diana?" Diana said, "There's something up there. There's something in front of us that's big and scary." And then they noticed what it was. A shark started to swim towards them. A big, big shark. The biggest shark that Diana and the cats had ever seen. And all they seemed to see was big, big teeth. Diana got so nervous and scared. Cherry instantly went into action. "Change your channel, Diana! Switch your dial! Get your belly button dial! Get it! Change it! Turn it around so that you get brave! Turn it to a brave channel, Diana!" Cherry was just waffling all sorts of stuff really, really fast. Diana remembered her radio station button on her belly button, and she started to spin it around. She pretended that she was changing it to a channel where she was super brave, instead of being nervous and anxious and afraid. She changed it, and instantly she felt as if she was much more confident inside of her body. She felt like she could face the world. She could take on the big giant shark. She swam in front of the cats that were mermaids also at this time. And she put one of her mermaid hands forward as if to say, "Halt!" to the big scary shark. The scary shark stopped, dead still. Diana said, "What's your name?" The shark said, "Bronston." Diana said, "Well, would you like to be friends, Bronston?" Bronston didn't say anything. His teeth glistening in the water, his eyes all scary and mean-looking. And then his eyebrows kind of softened and changed, and he said, "I want to be friends. I want to go swimming with you guys. I'm very lonely. I miss my friends. I had to move from this part of the ocean to that part of the ocean, and I left all of my old friends behind. And now I'm Bronston alone, instead of Bronston and all his friends. And I really miss my friends. And yeah, I'd like to have some new friends. Would you guys be my friends?" Cherry wiped her forehead with one of her paws and went, "Oh, OMG! Oh my gosh, I tooted again. I'm so nervous. I thought you were going to eat us, Bronston." Bronston said, "Oh no, I just want some friends." Bronston, the cats, and Diana all went on an ocean adventure. They were swimming through shipwrecks. They were playing in the coral. They played tag and tried to find each other in the lost mountains underground. They had so much fun. Bronston, the shark, knew all different cool places to play and have fun down there. And the cats and Diana were very happy that Diana was so brave on her brave station. The fact that she got so brave and confident and did what she did was absolutely amazing. Everyone was very impressed. And then just as quickly, just like that, whether the thunder cracked in the sky again, or whether the lightning sounded through the sky, or whether the radio station changed, whatever it was, they all found themselves back there in Diana's garden, holding their little spades in the hole that Cherry had dug. No longer mermaids, no longer princesses, no longer with the apatosauruses. They were just in their regular bodies in the regular garden on a regular day, having fun with each other. Diana said, "Wow!" Cherry said, "OMG!" Heidi said, "Yeah." Vaya said, "That was just the best." They all fell about laughing at their awesome, amazing, magical adventure. All because Cherry found a very cool old radio. How awesome is that? The end.